Hello everybody and welcome to episode 13 of my Alchemy Factory Let's Play series. And today we are working on getting a lot more of our shop stuff set up here. I have a few things to show you guys. I kind of did some off-camera stuff. I believe last episode I showed you guys the growth potions, and we are definitely going to get a better setup here. This is just to get a blueprint going, which I did set it up to where I was going to make it stackable, but honestly, I probably will just leave it as it is. It's not too big of a deal. But I did want to show you guys this. I made a stackable factory for the coke powder. And so we do have it being used up here right now. But I do want to kind of rework this now that we have the growth potions. I'm probably going to set up growth potions up here as well. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I will make the growth potion stackable and we can just stack here. But for now, I haven't even been thinking about the growth potions. I probably should. Right now I have the fertile catalyst being sent over here through our cannon, and then I am going to set up the rest of our basic materials up there. But I do need to connect this actually. So let's do that real quick. That. And we should start getting these stacked up over there. Alright, so the first one I'm setting up is our rope. Which I probably put too many grinders, but just in case I wanted to make sure we had enough. It looks like 3 is actually probably going to be enough. So let's go ahead and delete these. Like that. And that should be enough. Looks like they can't even go in fast enough anyway, so there we go. That should be plenty for our shop. And I do need to set our target here. And now we can move on to the next thing, which I think I'm going to do linen. Just linen. We'll see. Let's get a medium shelf here. That. And let's see here. So yeah, we have linen, we have bandages, which is going to take linen and healing potions, and then of course we have soap. But that's going to need plant ash. So we gotta be a little careful with that. Yeah, let's get linen and then bandages. So for the bandages and the healing potions, I am simply just going to copy this over and place it like this. And then we are going to get this one as sage. Yeah, sage. So I just got to get a sage seeds real quick. And then we can just place them in here. Like that. And then get this hooked in here. And honestly, this is pretty excessive because we don't really need to be using fertile catalysts for these. But I figured why not. We'll have plenty of production of these here soon. Oops. Get some of these, throw them in here. They last a decent amount of time, so it should be okay. And then we're just going to delete that. Bring them over here. That. And then we need to combine those into healing potions. Like that. And that should work. Yes, it does. And then we're just going to send this down here. Around here somewhere. Let's do it right here. Yeah, let's put that there. And then this should be able to attach to one of these. Let's do it right there. And then, of course, we need to get our conveyor. Like that. And then, of course, attach them. And then we'll just have a separate one go here. And a separate one of these going here. Like that. And then that's where we'll do our bandages. And then we'll just go ahead and build our thing for this as well. Make sure that it's got the right orientation. Bring it around. Attach our conveyor. And just like so, we'll have our bandages. And that should do it. It's not, you know, perfect production, but I think for shop purposes, it should do plenty. I do eventually need to, well, here soon actually, I'm going to get rid of all this and continue the shop. We're already running out of space here. But I did want to get the basic stuff down, especially as I am about to be spending even more money. But I think the next thing we want to do here is get the materials that we need for our growth potion factory, which I'll probably just destroy that over there. And we're going to put it right here. So then we can stack our coke powder here, and then our growth potions here, and I'm going to bring the growth potions down to feed into this line here. Alright, so we have our potions set up here, and I am feeding them with the, or I'm feeding these with the blast potion. And yeah, we're getting some good production here. I'm having everything be sent off to this, and then so I decided to check out how the growth potions are how they affect the paradox crucible, and they're 45 per minute, which a silver is like 80, but a silver is expensive. So I figured a growth potion is actually plenty for that. With that said, I've been thinking about it, and I just don't think right now, or really ever, it's going to be worth making these to use as a fertilizer. I think they're cool, and I really did try. I really did to make them work, but the production is not there. And could I increase production? Yes. I am going to be making a lot of these facilities for the growth potions, and that would definitely increase production for the catalyst. But at the end of the day, that's like twice the amount of things I need to build, right? But if I just do growth potions and I stack them and it's just, you know, everything's just the same, I can produce, you know, quite the amount and then just have them be sent this way and have them be sent everywhere else. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just delete all of this and get a way better production. This is obviously needed to get fixed for a while now. I need like a really good constant output of the coke powder, which it is doing okay right now. But I want to be able to expand things when I need to, and this is just not it at the moment. So I think I'm going to delete this, and we will come back to producing them in a more efficient manner when it comes down to needing it, which I think we will need them here soon for the resonant crystals as well as the panacea potions. So we're definitely going to get them produced at some point, but I think at the moment the growth potions are definitely a better option. I also wanted to show you guys up here what I added. I kind of forgot that there's contracts, which really, I think, due to the game being new and they haven't been able to provide too many updates, there's only one contract, and it's for the bandages. So I have these bandages being made over here, but they're not, it's not like an optimal production. And then I have the optimal production of it right here. And I'll just come over here once in a while and check it out, and I'll get some extra cash. Also, I was able to sneak in right here the pulleys to sell by just stealing some ropes from here and stealing some wood from there, and it actually perfectly fit in right here. So now we have this. Forgot to put this back here. There we go. Make sure that these are set. I had to take out the 2 and put a 3 for this. It'd be kind of cool if they had a single one as well. It'd be kind of nice. But yeah, shop's looking pretty good. I don't know if we're really making any good money from it, but I can only imagine we are. This is like pretty much the representation of what I'm making from that. Uh, it also adds up here if people end up just doing straight silver. If they're like buying a lot of stuff and they just pay straight silver, it goes into here, which that's usually just the diamond. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much I'm making from our shop, not including the diamonds. But it's looking good so far. But yeah, we're just gonna rip everything out and then start putting in correct facilities. Alrighty, so this is what I have so far. Deleted everything. Um, I deleted all the floors too, just made everything faster. But then I went ahead and put everything back, and this is what I have. And I placed the coke powder production down here, as well as our new setup for the blast potions. And if I did everything correctly, then I should be able to bring growth potions down here, feed into the Paradox Crucible, as well as this for red currant. I need to get some red currant seeds. And then we also need to bring money down, which I'm going to bring it... Looks like we're going to have to bring it down this way. And then we'll send it off there as well as right here. But that's what I have so far. And here soon, we will have some good production. Alright, so let's get our growth potions placed down like that. And we can go ahead and delete our bank thing right here because we don't need that. We're going to get money over here. I wanted to give a little bit more space back here just in case I need to transport some stuff back there. But this is looking good. And I went over one, but I think I can afford to go over one more here. So this is actually perfect. If it was even one more longer, that would not be good. With that said, let me go ahead and move this over one, because then we could just spread it out that way. I know I was supposed to make it stackable, but I don't care too much. You know what? Now that I think about it, it doesn't really matter because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it won't matter because we'll still have an extra. That's because I have an extra on that side, and that's perfectly fine. I'm kind of glad that it kind of... Maybe I'll leave the wall off right here. Just go right here. Have access right here. Maybe I'll put a wall doorway here. Although this is also going to be unlocked here soon once we actually start getting some real money. And I am going to have to keep that in mind when placing stuff over here. I want to keep things a little open. But anyways, let's get some money over here. Alright, so now we have money going in here. And I am going to need to kickstart these up. And it looks like I keep forgetting to change my... I adjusted the blueprint on this, and I keep forgetting to change it. That I messed up pretty bad. Yeah, I changed a lot of stuff, and I didn't copy it over, so that's going to suck. But for now, let's go ahead and get our money set up down here as well. Like this. And we need a bit more wood. Right. There we go. So now we have money coming in there, and then we need money over here. And we'll just run along this line here. Like that. That should do the job. Alright, and then I need to go and fix this. The outputs are really bad, so they all just get caught up on this line just because they're all going to 1. So I have to create a little wall here and then get the inputs correct. Alright, so things look kind of janky, but I kind of divvied everything up between the 4 assemblers. This one's not going to be exactly perfect, and that's just because this supply right here is not like a full supply compared to these, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. I honestly could divvy up this as well, and I just might after I watch it run. But here we go. I think we're ready to run. Before that, though, I forgot that I needed to change this as well. There were some changes I made to this, so now I'm going to feed them with the blast potions. So, as long as I did this right, I should be able to throw a cannon right here. There we go, perfect. Okay, and then of course this is our output of potions. Alright, now that everything is set up, now I believe we can go ahead and start these machines up. So let's go here, that going, here, get that going, and that should be it for this. And then our output here is, I know we have our output somewhere. Oh, we just have it here. But I also need it right there. So let's go here, like that. And then let's get our second one just along the line here. Like this. There we go. So now we should deliver the potions. And it's ideal to have this first so that it gets what it needs, but it'll be okay. Let's fill this with our extra catalyst that we had sitting around. And then what else do we need? So that's it for that. And then we need to go ahead and start this up as well. So we'll fill this. And then we'll also come over here and fill our stone furnace here. And I think that's the only one we have to fill. Oh, no. We need to start the, so I have a big furnace in here. There we go. Okay. So now we should start getting the, coal powder out of here. And I actually don't have the coal powder going to this yet. Okay. Get that placed. And there we go. So now we have coal powder being made, or at least we should. But it looks like we have an issue somewhere. Oh, it's just slowly filling up. There we go. So those are filling up, and if we go check our Athenor over here, we should be getting some charcoal powder. Charcoal powder soon. Okay, we are. I kind of forgot, so I definitely need to resave these blueprints, but I didn't have a grinder in here, so we were getting charcoal coming in to the input. But now we're good. Now I just need to refill this. Alright, so now that we have everything working, I think it's time to finally delete everything here. I mean, I'm not using any of this stuff except maybe the soap. This is definitely something that I need to start producing over there, which it looks like it just uses plant ash as well as the flax. So I do have to figure out a way to get plant ash over there, but it's not too bad. But with that said, all of this stuff can be deleted. I also need to delete this. Although, you know what I think I'm going to do? Because I don't think I'm ever going to stack these. It takes so much wood to make this for the coke. So I think what I'm going to do is delete all of this wood here. And as well as the stuff that I put here for stacking. And then copy the new thing. Also, there's a few tweaks I need to make to this. Alright, that looks a bit better. I could definitely delete a few more things, but I think this looks okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and mass delete these things. I do have some bronze stuff here, and I'm gonna need to get some new bronze set up, which I was kind of working on over there, but I definitely need to get something better because we are going to need a lot of it in the future, as well as some other copper stuff, which is made in the process of all of that. What we have here, a bunch of black powder. Trying to think if there's somewhere we could take advantage of this. Alright, and let's go ahead and delete this as well. That, or you know what? We should do something kind of fun. I think it'll delete those though. Yeah, let's delete this. And it always misses these. And then let's go here. Let's make sure there's nothing in the way here. Okay. Doesn't seem like it. Let's go here. And let's get the whole thing. Then let's just see what happens. So go like this, like that, and then cancel these chests. 1,348 objects. So when I was deleting the stuff over there, I found out that there's a limit. You can only delete up to 5,000 objects at a time. But it's not like it really matters. It's kind of interesting that there was a max. There we go. Everything is clear, except a couple things here. And now we can get started on placing down our floors. So I believe we don't have to wait for these to be out of the way. So now we can finally fill up the rest of the shop here. And I also want to rework my shop building. I might just make this whole thing a building. But I also kind of like the open area. So maybe not. I feel like it's kind of too businessy if I cover everything with walls. I kind of like the openness of it. Gotta remove those chests. But yeah, I've been waiting a long time to actually fill this in. And I should have done it a long time ago, but didn't realize I could. Do that. And there we go. Okay, our entire place is filled with floors now, and we can start building to the side here as well, which the next thing I'm going to start working on selling is the jewelry. But yeah, I also put our growth potions over here since there was a line already back there. Just throw them right here. Alright, so I just got a simple little setup for our diamonds right here. And then we're going ahead and selling them right there. And then I think I want to do malachite next, especially because the process of getting it creates some crude shards. So it's definitely worth, yeah, it's 50-50, so it's going to make a lot. But we do need clay powder and impure copper powder. And we only get copper powder, impure copper powder, from the Athenor. So we can't actually use normal copper powder for the bronze, unfortunately. There's only one way of getting the bronze ingots, and that's through the impure. So we are going to have to do this process as well. Which this is a whole process. So I'm actually going to do this somewhere over in the side, and then I'll end up just sending the materials over is probably what I'll do. But yeah, that's what we need to do next. We could also take advantage of these potions here. Let me see what we need for this. We need sand and healing potions. I know this is not a lot of space, but we could probably make something work here. Actually, we could do it right here. I have sand right here, so if I can get it thrown with a cannon, I can create them right here, and then I'll be able to send it that way. Okay, so I just have a cannon right there, sending the sand over, and now we're making turquoise. Perfect. And then I could just have that get sent right here with this, like that. And that'll be real easy. And I didn't realize, you guys kind of missed it, but these cannons actually send, yeah, look at that. They send materials really fast. So I don't even need to worry about that. We do that. And then we set up our thing right here. Make sure that it's set up correctly. Here we go. And we just send it up here. Perfect. And so I guess with these, you don't, when you have the catapults, you don't need to worry about setting a recipe. It just sends them anyways. But there we go. And it holds so little of them, you don't even need to make that many. But now we're selling them, so we should be making a few more bucks. But look at this wall, this is really good. Alright, so a little update for you guys. I have the growth potions coming up to the next floor. And the next floor is where I'm starting our process for the impure copper, as well as the bronze, or I guess for the bronze, should I say. And then I also have iron right there, which everything's deactive right now, but iron will fly through to here and then come up to here, and that'll be our iron dust. So if we go here, let's go up here, and now we have the materials we need, which for now, or should I say in addition to, whenever I have extra iron, I'll just remember to come and drop it off. So we'll just do this. And actually I still have a lot of iron. I honestly don't need this much. There we go. So then that'll get crushed at 4.5 per minute, so I'm gonna need more of these. Also, I'm gonna have money come back here probably, as well as blast potions. I forgot, I need that as well. So this chest can't sit here, but I can get it right there. So let's do this. There we go. And then I'll probably get blast potions to come around like that. Yeah, this should work. Alright, and here's our blast potions being sent off up there. And actually for the blast potions, I'm going to do something a little special here. I'm actually going to have it launched. Then we'll just have our launcher right here. Or catapult, should I say. Like that. We just bring this over. And send it right there. Perfect. There we go. So now I think everything should start running. Let's see, plant ash, perfect. And now we're getting soap, good. Soap's going in, and now we're getting our soap powder, perfect. And then we can start getting the copper powder and impure copper powder set up, which I think for the bronze, there might be another setup. Oh no, it's not for the bronze. I mean, yes, we need it for bronze, but at the moment, we're not using it for bronze, we're doing it for this. So then we also need clay powder. Alright, so this is the setup. Very inefficient. Definitely going to be slow, but this is simply for the shop, so I'm really not worried about how fast things are getting done. I just simply want to have items on the shelves. So the items that do come out of here, I'm gonna do some stacking here and get some catapults, and so we'll have malachite and our crude shards, and I'm gonna send them out this way, and then we'll send them over to the shelves. But this is what we have here. So I was kind of testing to see if this would work. Doesn't, so we'll bring this around like this. There we go. So we're making our sand and we're making our charcoal powder here, which everything goes pretty slow, but that's okay. And they go in here, and now we're slowly stacking up, and it looks like it needs 6 of the clay powders, so it's actually quite a bit, but that's okay. We'll see if it keeps up with the market or not. If we have to, all we have to do is get some more of these. Right now, that's kind of the thing. I mean, they do take less sand than charcoal powder, so that is kind of nice. And it looks like the sand actually is the thing holding them back, surprisingly enough. So actually, I'll have to increase the amount of sand, but this is good enough for now, or at least that's the theory. And I'm just kind of stacking up copper powder here. I'll find some use for it as it starts to overfill. Alright, so here comes the crude shards. And hopefully if I did things right. Yeah, it looks like it filled it in. And then we have our malachite coming underneath here. Into there. And look at that. We have our malachite being sold right there. So that's perfect. I just have these going together on one line because they're both so slow. It just doesn't matter. So yeah, not too bad. I'll have to see if these actually stay filling up or not. It looks like I am going to have to start... I put 1 grinder for the diamond. I usually have 2. But it looks like I might need another grinder. I was kind of hoping that these extra crudes might help it come along. So I'll give it a bit more time and see if it actually fills up. Well, with all of that done, I think we are getting a little late in the video. But we did get a considerable amount done today. Kind of just wanted to really get this stuff down here just firmly removed. These are on top of floor, so I'm not worried about them too much. And this is for me personally, just to make sure I have enough wood. But I think we got a really good amount done today, and we are going to get even more done next time. That is going to do it for this video. So if you guys like the video, then please hit that like button. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, then please leave a comment. And of course, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then please hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.